Welcome to the World Wire Update. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for more updates and thrilling short scenes. In the shifting landscape of global power, a new current is flowing, not of warships, but of electricity. In 2025, Singapore and China unveiled a landmark deal. Singapore will import vast amounts of renewable energy directly from China. This isn't just a business transaction, it's a bold move that redefines energy, environment, and power in Asia. As tensions rise between the US and China, Singapore's decision to deepen energy ties with Beijing is a masterclass in strategic pragmatism. For resource-scarce Singapore, securing clean, stable energy is a matter of survival. By tapping into China's renewable capacity, Singapore buys not just electricity but time and resilience against climate threats. This partnership is more than climate action. It's a geopolitical maneuver, physically linking the two nations and recalibrating Singapore's position between superpowers. While maintaining its security partnership with the US, Singapore signals it will forge critical economic alliances with China when its core interests are at stake. The deal is Singapore's quiet declaration of agency in a world defined by great power rivalry. It's a model of how small states can shape their own destinies amid global competition. Singapore's geography, a dense urban island, makes large-scale renewable energy generation nearly impossible. Despite maximizing solar panels on rooftops and reservoirs, domestic efforts fall short of powering its economy. To decarbonize, Singapore must look abroad. The nation's net zero pledge by 2050 is a survival imperative, not just a slogan. The energy market authorities plan import up to 4 gigawatts of low-carbon electricity by 2035, with the China deal as the first major step. Access to clean energy is now a key factor for global investors and corporations, making this deal vital for Singapore's economic future. Diversifying energy sources is also about national security, moving away from near-total reliance on imported natural gas. By building a portfolio of suppliers, Singapore strengthens its resilience against price shocks and disruptions. The China deal is the cornerstone of a strategy to keep Singapore's lights on and its economy thriving in a volatile world. The Singapore-China power deal is an engineering feat. Thousands of kilometers of high-voltage undersea cables will link China's renewable energy to Singapore's grid. The route will cross the geopolitically sensitive South China Sea, making this one of the world's longest and most ambitious energy connections. Advanced grid management and smart technology will balance fluctuating renewable supply with Singapore's constant demand. China's expertise in grid technology makes it the ideal partner for this project. Construction begins in 2026, with marine surveys, cable manufacturing, and deployment spanning several years. Once operational, solar and wind power from China will flow directly into Singapore's grid, powering homes and industries with clean energy. This project physically binds the two nations, making energy interdependence a reality. This energy deal elevates China's role as Southeast Asia's key power provider. Beyond roads and ports, China is now exporting renewable energy, creating a new kind of influence, one built on necessity, not force. As Singapore becomes reliant on Chinese electricity, Beijing gains leverage, making energy a strategic asset. Singapore's leaders are keenly aware of the risks and will insist on safeguards to ensure reliability and security. The deal could inspire other ASEAN nations, like Vietnam, Thailand, and Malaysia, to pursue similar agreements. If China becomes the region's clean energy supplier, its influence will be woven into Southeast Asia's economic and environmental future. This is part of a broader US-China competition. While the US focuses on security alliances, China builds infrastructure and dependencies. The Singapore deal is a quiet but powerful example of China's strategy, gaining influence by solving real-world problems. It's a new form of power, rooted in partnership and shared interests. The implications for the region's future are profound. The power deal is a textbook example of Singapore's foreign policy hedging between major powers. Singapore hosts a strong US military presence while embracing China as its top trading partner. Tying critical infrastructure to China is a calculated risk, but not a leap into dependency. The goal is diversification. China is just one piece of a broader energy puzzle that will include Malaysia, Indonesia, and Laos. This move comes as US-China rivalry intensifies, with renewed trade wars and military posturing. Singapore's message: it will make sovereign decisions based on national interests, not superpower pressure. Leaders like Prime Minister Lawrence Wong emphasize that Singapore and ASEAN refuse to choose sides. The power deal is a pragmatic economic partnership with China, coexisting with robust security ties to the US. It's a physical manifestation of Singapore's balancing act in a world of giants. By navigating these currents, Singapore shapes its own destiny. The deal is both a shield and a bridge in turbulent times. Singapore's approach mirrors the broader ASEAN strategy, maintaining agency amid US-China rivalry. ASEAN's 10 nations want an open, inclusive region where both superpowers play constructive roles. The US is seen as a security anchor and source of investment, China as an economic engine and market. Forcing a choice would devastate the region's economies and sovereignty. Southeast Asia's supply chains are deeply intertwined with both powers, making decoupling impossible. ASEAN acts as a bridge, hosting forums for dialogue and promoting a rules-based order. Singapore's power deal with China fits this vision: deep economic engagement with China, strong security ties with the US. It's a practical example of the middle path ASEAN seeks. The region's future depends on this delicate balance. The Singapore-China power deal is a window into Asia's future, a world where influence is measured by solutions, not just strength. China's export of clean energy is a new kind of leverage, rooted in partnership and necessity. Middle powers like Singapore are no longer pawns. They're shaping their own destinies through bold, pragmatic choices. The deal hints at a multipolar order, overlapping partnerships, not rigid blocks. If replicated, this model could lead to an ASEAN power grid, unlocking the region's vast renewable potential. Such integration would accelerate the green transition and deepen economic ties, making conflict less likely. The deal is a story of pragmatic optimism, proof that cooperation on existential challenges is possible, even amid rivalry. The flow of green energy could spark a new current in international relations, one that powers a more stable, sustainable world. The choices made in Asia today will shape the global landscape for generations. In the end, it's not just about energy, it's about the future we choose to build.